I usually say it's a community arts center, um, but both of those things have connotations that don't necessarily describe it. So, um, yeah, I don't know. It is, but it is that. It is a place for people to form community and practice community, specifically around art, um, but not necessarily. Everything doesn't have to be um, one particular genre or one particular um, what's the word aesthetic. You know, and then the community side also comes in, obviously, through potlucks, through presentations. Um, but all of these do exist under one roof, even if they're in different rooms. And we've found that that does actually affect them. So you have two very different events in two very different rooms, but just the fact that they're both in the same house kind of changes them. They change each other, and I think that's an essential part of what makes SHoP more than just an arts center and a community center rolled into one.
Definitely, because A, it's in my neighborhood, so it's literally walking distance. B, the space is so large. I think a lot of activities and exhibitions and workshops like what I'm having can happen in this space, and the different rooms offers a diversity that can cater to different kinds of events. So I'm thinking that this could be a really long-term relationship and really invest into the community that I'm living in. That was a lot of fun, actually. It was unexpected. I came in and there was a variety of people from all ages, and just sitting at a table, eating, sharing food and stories. It had a really nice sense of a communal gathering that I really appreciated, and to just see all sorts of people together at one table, I think that's a really strong community building activity. And so, I mean, I was happy.
My name is Alice Dan. I live in Hyde Park. I've lived in Hyde Park for more than 40 years. I am a retired college professor, and now I teach meditation. Well, it's informality is part of it. It's a place that feels warm and inviting, and I think that you have a sense that things can happen here.
It's a home, it's a house, and I think that that really helps. I think the fact that you're surrounded by wood walls, wooden floors that aren't perfectly polished, and I think that that contributes a lot to it. I think the fact that every new person who comes in, almost always the first thing they hear is, "Yeah, take a look around." Again, if you walk into some kind of pre-planned space, you come in the door, go to your destination, and leave. But here, everybody wants you to see everything, basically. And I think also, in general, everything in the house is offered. It's done for you, whoever you are, whether it's the soft shop or the thrift store. Um, it's all there for people to see and for people to be in. And I think that that contributes to that feeling. The community here is something that is very open and welcoming, but and all inclusive, and that's, I guess, something that just doesn't really exist elsewhere. The common interest might be art. I guess you could say that. The common interest that draws people into this house, art and performance and presentation of different sorts. But it's such a broad concept that I think every other spot that fosters community, fosters it around something more particular. And whereas here, that community can really be around anything, which I think, again, necessitates a lot more interaction than other spaces do. I think that from what I've heard, talking to people in this neighborhood, but also in surrounding neighborhoods who come here, a lot of people feel that the university is invasive and kind of top-down, my way or the highway kind of thing. And just the ability for people to come here and create their own thing, whatever it is, whether it's a room of plastic bricks, or a room full of pillows, or a soup salon that blossoms into this big potluck or whatever. But the sense of ownership, like the soft shop was created by kids, and this is something that I created, that I'm interacting with. It's not something that's given to me. And people have to have that sense of ownership and that sense of, and it's not provided for me even. It's mine and also yours. And I think that no matter what the university does, and for better or for worse, for right or for wrong, the university does have that kind of outsider presence. So for a space like this to exist, I really think the university needs to be hands-off, but also realize that a lot of the people benefiting from this space are people at the university, whether they're working there or studying there, and the university just can't provide this, but it can provide a space for this, and it can allow a space for this. So in order to hurt this project, what it can do is get over involved, but in order to help this project, what it can do is either through funding or through political pressure in the aldermen or whatever, enable the space to exist, and then let that be it. Let people grow within that. I don't know if that's too abstract.
So why is that important?
Why is that important? Oh, why is it important for this to exist?
Be hands off.
Well, I mean, I think it's important to be hands off because people just behave differently when they have a sense of ownership. So to have a top-down institution saying, here's what you do in this space, here's what you don't do in this space, or this is like we have this space for this purpose, creates a little bit of a division. Like it's not my project anymore. It's something that I can come in and use, but it's not my project. So I think that's why it's important. As far as what it contributes, I've talked about what it contributes to the community, I guess, more than the students. But I think that the people at the university, too, I hear this all the time, just don't have a space like this. And they like to have intergenerational contact, conversation. They like to hear history from people who've lived in Hyde Park their whole life and avoid the university for whatever reason. They like to step outside of the norm and just do something different. And I think that I guess the shakeup of this place enables people to do that. Enables people to step outside of this kind of cloistered environment. And when they go back to that cloistered environment, they're bringing back the benefits that they received from being here. So in that way, it does benefit the university itself, as well as people at the university, as well as the community.